The Federal and Devaki Specialty Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2024 Run for Health on Sunday, October 20th, 2024. Entry is free for all.
TCS results came out last week, and today it's quite a rare occasion when both Infosys and Wipro had their results on the same day. Must have been difficult for journalists actually to report both of them. Nevertheless, let me start with TCS, which is actually the top IT services company in India. And for the July, August, September quarter for this year, which is the quarter two of the for current financial year, they reported a 5% increase in net profit at about 11,909 crores. It is more so because they struck a very large deal with a government undertaking, and I think that's the reason why they were able to get this kind of profit. Otherwise, if they had not done that, it would have been a bit difficult for them. And but then operating margins declined by around 24.1%, which obviously means that their wage bill was higher, and they spent a lot of money, or rather invested a lot of money in hiring new talent. So what is it? What does it mean for TCS? It means that while the company is growing in revenues, it's struggling to maintain profitability due to rising costs, and we'll take that up later. And as far as the Infosys results are concerned, it was a bit disappointing. Analysts had actually said that it was below analyst expectations. So Infosys reported a 2% increase on of net profit on a quarter on quarter. That is compared to the previous quarter, that is April, May, June, which is also the first quarter for the financial year. It was around 6,506 crores, and it obviously fell short of market estimates, and therefore the stock prices actually fell, and Infosys ADR fell by around 4% in the New York Stock Exchange, which means that there was a bit of a disappointment when it came to profit margins and obviously earnings. So it wasn't a very good day for Infosys, and so that's something that's a takeaway from Infosys. And what does fall in margin mean? It means that Infosys is having a challenge of balancing growth with profitability. And now let's come down to Wipro. Wipro surprisingly did very well. There was a 21% increase in net profit to around 3,209 crore, which exceeded market expectations. But as far as so if you take all of them together, we get to know that the pressure on the top line, which means the revenue for all the three companies, and generally reflecting the IT sector, has been there's been a slower demand and macroeconomic uncertainties. Historically, I'm talking of this pre-COVID era actually. Almost on a yearly basis, all the IT services companies put together, and mostly by the top three, that is TCS, Wipro, and Infosys, all of them put together would hire around 3 lakh employees. But post-COVID, it was slightly more, but 21, 22 was also good. But since then, very surprisingly, the net hires have been less. So if you look at the last quarter, the TCS hired around roughly around 5,700 people, and they had promised to hire around 40,000. Infosys hired around 2,500, and they had promised to hire around 15,000. And Wipro hired around 3,000, and they had promised to hire 10,000 for the entire financial year. and it's not good because of the fact that there has been a sharp decline in employment rate, and that's a cause for concern. And and there are various factors for that. Yeah, the top management of all the three IT services companies have been talking about AI. They have been investing in AI, and they have some of them even have some AI software products as well, and they have been talking a lot about these things. Why these are early days in the sense that the management thinks that there is a lot more potential to be unearthed for their AI solutions. They are definitely going on that side. Whether it reflects on poor employment growth needs to be seen on a long-term basis. But given the fact that all the three of them aren't hiring as much as they did pre-COVID level, is a real cause for concern. The hires are getting slower. We don't know what's going to happen 2 years later, but they need to do something about it because there are two different scenarios emerging here. The fresh hires are lesser, which means I'm talking of freshly minted graduates from engineering colleges. That has definitely slowed down. At the same time, those with good skill sets, like say skill sets in AI, ML, and all that, are I mean they are proving to be costly hires, and I think a lot more investment is going into that, which obviously means that ability to hire fresh graduates is declining, and we need to find out how long will this last, and this is definitely worth pondering over.
The Federal and Devaki Specialty Hospital jointly present the Madurai Marathon 2024 Run for Health on Sunday, October 20th, 2024. Entry is free for all.